Have you ever wondered how a dam controls a river or a stream? Hi, I'm Ranger Bernard from Lowell National Historic Park. In this activity, I'm going to show you how you can use recycled materials at home to make a model of a dam like these. Throughout this video, you might hear the sound of construction work going on. There's always something being built or worked on here in the city. But originally, the very first construction that was needed to make this city work was a dam. The city of Lowell, Massachusetts was built to use the power of the Merrimack and Concord rivers to drive water wheels and turbines in textile factories. To control the flow of water, people built a stone dam at the Pawtucket Falls in 1820. Today, the canals in Lowell continue to be used to generate electricity, so this old dam is still doing its job. But how did the engineers who designed and built it know that it would work? Engineers, architects, scientists, artists, and many other people often build models, smaller versions of their idea. Models can help people test their idea to see if it's a good one, try different ways of making it better, or show it to other people to show how their idea works. Now, the Pawtucket Dam has used two ways to control water, and we're going to make models of both. Starting in 1875, big metal pins were placed in holes drilled along the top edge. Wooden planks called flashboards were stacked up behind them. The water would push against them, rising up like when you plug a sink or a bathtub drain. This stored extra water like a battery to be delivered by the canals to the mills. In the spring, when the winter snow melted and there was too much water, the water pushed so hard against the boards that they bent the pins back. The boards would break loose, and that would let the floodwaters drain downstream. The pins could then be straightened and reused 2 or 3 times at a nearby blacksmith shop. So now, let's make a model of this first version of the dam. To make our entire activity, you're going to need the following materials: a cardboard cereal box, a roll of some sort of tape, a clear zip-closed bag, a pair of scissors, 4 paper clips, and finally, a straw, preferably a compostable straw so you're friendly to the environment. It doesn't have to have the bend in it, but that does make it easier. The first thing we need to do is make the base of our dam. And to do that, we're gonna make 2 big cuts. But if we try to do it now, the box is gonna come apart. So, let's start by taping our box closed. Now we can cut our box apart. Always be careful when using scissors. You can always get an adult to help you. And I'm going to make a cut right here at the edge and work my way across. If you notice that your base for your dam is a little wobbly, you can just trim the edge. We're going to do the exact same thing with the other side. If you want your dams to be the same height to compare them, hold one box in front of the main piece so that you know where to start your cut. We're also going to need the 2 flat sides of our box for later. Now that we've got the base, and we know that it's secure, we need to make our pins. Our pins are going to have a little bend in them, unlike the real ones, so that they can stick through the bottom. So, I'm taking my paper clip, I'm making most of it straight with the little edge bent so it's like an odd shaped L. It should look something like this. We're going to need 4 of these. To secure our pins, we're going to have to make 4 holes along the top. You can poke the hole with your paper clip, or you can use a tool like a pen, but whatever you do use, be very careful. It's often very sharp and it's easy to poke your hand. See how the inside of the box piece that I chose is secure and tight? If it's loose, you can always take a piece of tape, just like we did to the top of our box, and secure it tight. Now, we need to take our pins, make sure that they're straight, and attach them. This is the trickiest part. This L-shaped piece is going to go into our hole, and it's going to be lined up against the inside of the box so that when we put a piece of tape, it's going to hold our pin straight up. Now that we've got our pins, we need our flashboards. Go back to the 2 big pieces of cardboard you saved earlier. They're a little too tall, so lining them up so that our 2 pieces of cardboard are next to each other, we're going to make sure that they're both the same height. By trimming them both at the same place. Set one of them aside for later. Our other is going to take the place of our stacks of boards. And that's our model of the first style of dam. If the water is pushing, like my hand, it's going to push and bend the pins down and let our board float loose. And you can bend your pins back in place. Replacing all of those pins and boards took a lot of time and work, so a different way to control the water was added to the dam. In 2019, after 10 years of debate and design work, workers finished replacing the flashboards with a crest gate. Big rubber bags were installed at the crest or top of the dam. When air is added, they inflate just like a balloon. This pushes hinged metal plates up. Now, instead of adding or removing boards by hand, the water level is raised or lowered automatically and the crest gates leak less. So, let's build that second piece of dam. Just as you hear the construction outside increasing, we're going to increase our activity. I need the base, the other piece of box, the straw, the bag, tape, and the other piece of cardboard. Let's start by making our bladder. We're going to take our straw and tuck it into the bag. not too deep. This is where if it bends, it's handy. And we're going to tape our bag closed. I'm not too worried if my bag leaks a little bit of air. The reason for that is that when we blow into this, we want the air to be able to also come out. But this doesn't look like the balloon that you saw earlier at the top of the dam, does it? For that, we need to make it into the right shape. Take little loops of tape with the sticky side facing out and put them at the edge of your bag. Then roll the bag and lightly press it in place. So there's a little loop. Let's see if it works. Need to press that a little harder. Perfect. Let's put this on our dam. And again, little loops of sticky back plastic or sticky back tape are going to go along the top. On the real dam, the pipes that inflate the tubes were put into a channel inside the stone. On our dam, it's going to sit on the outside. All that's missing now is our metal plate. So, if this is the front of our dam, on the back, we're going to attach this piece. And to make a hinge, we just need to take a couple pieces of tape. Make sure it's loose so that our plate can swivel. But if we inflate this right now, we won't be able to get the board back up. As you saw in the picture, there's this little strap that goes along the back of it. So we're going to make that strap with this tape. Taking a single piece of tape, fold it onto itself the long way so that the sticky side is on the inside. Then we're going to secure it to the dam and to the plate. There. And there. Let's see if our dam works. Perfect. Of course, you don't have to stop where we have today. For example, here are some ones that I decorated with paper and markers. You can also change or improve your models. Look around and see what materials you can use. We'd love to see what you come up with, and if you share your creations on social media, be sure to tag the park here on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. And of course, you can also tag the Songus Industrial History Center on Facebook and Twitter here. Naturally, you can always visit us here at Lowell National Historical Park to explore more of today's topic. So, I'm Ranger Bernard, hoping that you'll keep on creating.